أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Okay, this is an easy warm-up question for you guys. We have some new Eagles fans joining us today. Okay, why are you laughing? Okay, the question is, what do you do or say before reciting Quran?
Bismillah.
You say Bismillah, okay. You say A'udhu Billah, good. Anything else? Yeah, right? Those two, yes. Okay, very good. So one time Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, who raise your hand if you ever heard of the name Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. He was one of the greatest Sahabis, okay, one of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. So he said one day that I was reciting Quran to the Prophet ﷺ, and I said, A'udhu billahi as-sami'il alimi min ash-shaytanir rajim. So he added, A'udhu billahi as-sami'il alimi min ash-shaytanir rajim. So the Prophet ﷺ said, no, I want you to say, A'udhu billahi min ash-shaytanir rajim. Why? Because that's how Jibreel alayhi salam, he taught to me. That's how he taught it to me. Before you recite the Quran, that you say, A'udhu billahi min ash-shaytanir rajim. Now what does that mean? We say the Arabic. Does anybody know what it means? A'udhu billahi min ash-shaytanir rajim. Yeah. Kind of. Anything else? No? That you seek refuge, meaning you seek safety. I seek safety in Allah. Okay. From who? From Shaitan. He's like the cursed Shaitan, from the one that's always cursed. Like everything bad happens because of him. From Shaitan. Okay. So why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why did He tell us in the Quran? Because everything that He mentions in the Quran is very important. So He mentioned this in the Quran, that when you recite the Quran, make sure you say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim before you recite. Why do you think He told us to recite this? What do you guys think? Because it's important. Yes, it's important. Okay. What else? What else do you guys think? Why did He tell us to recite this? Huh?
To start like another surah.
Okay.
Because it's starting another chapter.
Okay, so starting another chapter. So that's Bismillah, right? So you're saying Bismillah, you're starting another surah, you're starting another chapter. So you always see Bismillah between the surahs. Okay, good. What else? What can Shaitan do to us? What does Shaitan try to tell us to do? Do shirk. Okay, something else? Mawai?
He tries to make us not to say the Bismillah and A'udhu Billah.
Okay, he tries to not. Okay.
Read.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to read, right? He doesn't want us to read because when we recite Quran, where does he go? He runs away. He runs away. When we recite Quran, he doesn't like to hear Quran, so he runs away. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to recite A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim before we recite the Quran. So then Shaitan can run away and he can't ruin our intention for reciting Quran. Because sometimes we recite the Quran because our parents tell us to do. Sometimes we recite the Quran to show off. Sometimes, a lot of times we want to recite Quran for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. And sometimes in the middle of our recitation of the Quran, we start thinking about other things. Like we start thinking about games, right? We start thinking about when the Vikings beat the Eagles, right? Come on. I'm just kidding. Right? So that's why we recite A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. So none of those weird thoughts come into our mind when we're reciting the Quran. We want to focus just on Allah. Now, is that the only thing that we say? What else did you say we recite before? We recite the Quran? Bismillah, right? We recite Bismillah. So where did that come from? That's not mentioned in the ayah. But the Prophet ﷺ, he said in a hadith, مَنْ لَمْ يَبْدَأْ بِبِسْمِ فَهُوَ أَبْتَرُ. Whoever does not begin any action, for everything, any action, whether it's Quran or any other action, without the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that action that you're doing is incomplete. Okay, it's incomplete. It's not finished. So that's why we recite Bismillah as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions?
You have to, if you go like somewhere, if you have to go somewhere and then you come back, you read A'udhu Billah again.
Yeah, good. So you recite it in the beginning, you recite it at the end as well. Okay, same thing with the Quran. You recite it in the beginning and you also recite it at the end. So it's protected, your recitation is protected completely from the beginning all the way until the end. Okay, any other questions?
No.
Alright, so very good, mashallah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.